Shabbat Shalom. Tonight at Kabbalat Shabbat services, I'm going to take the pre-High Holy Days moment to talk about what God wants from us. I hope you'll join us for this personal spiritual moment, whether you come in person or you watch online. But before we get to the personal, I want to share some thoughts about what's going on in the world. One thing that surely God wants from us is to seek the truth and to share it. So I am disturbed when even people I deeply respect as teachers of Torah are perpetuating tales that are patently false. Here are 3 things that you absolutely have to know about what is going on in Israel. 3 things that are being said which are just not true. The first untruth is that Israel is reoccupying Gaza. This is just not true. Yes, you've heard that some in Netanyahu's government are saying that they want to do this, but the IDF and the government of Israel are not actually doing this. That distinction matters. Whatever you think of Netanyahu, here's what he actually said and what he is saying. He said he wants the IDF to drive out Hamas and take control of Gaza, and I'm quoting here, without administering it and handing it over to a civil government as soon as possible. He said, we do not want to keep Gaza. We do not want to govern Gaza. It is crucial that we are clear on this. The second falsehood is that Israel is deliberately using famine and hunger as a weapon of war in Gaza. Now, there is no denying that there is hunger and starvation in Gaza, but this attempt to paint Israel as the deliberate perpetrator of this is just not true. So what's my evidence? There are hundreds of trucks right now which have passed inspection, and they are waiting inside Gaza. Now, this is amazing to begin with because no other country at wartime has been expected to feed its enemy. But leaving that aside, Israel is providing aid. But it is Hamas who is destroying it, hiding it, or preventing it from getting to the people who need it. And the UN is cooperating with Hamas, not Israel, who is trying to get the aid in all kinds of convoluted and creative ways to the civilians. And all the while, this creative work of feeding people is being attempted. Israel is being accused of designing this hunger as an element of war. Now, the third lie, and perhaps the most vile, is that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Is there death? Yes. But genocide means that there is an intent and a plan to destroy a people, and this is just false. You can argue about the number of civilian deaths, even though the proportion of civilian to combatant deaths is literally the smallest of any war ever. You can argue about whether they're conducting the war badly, but the stated goal of the IDF is to minimize civilian casualties, not maximize them. The techniques they perform actually put themselves, the IDF and Israeli citizens, at risk and peril. And the pains they take to protect others over themselves is downright Herculean. Journalist Bernard Henry Levy explained that a genocidal army doesn't take 2 years to win a war in a territory the size of Las Vegas. A genocidal army doesn't send SMS warnings before firing or facilitate the passage of those trying to escape the strikes. A genocidal army wouldn't evacuate every single month hundreds of Palestinian children suffering from rare diseases or cancer, sending them to hospitals in Abu Dhabi as part of a medical airlift set up right after October 7th. Truth matters, so please, have a conversation about whether you agree about the strategy or what you think the IDF should be doing. You can have a conversation about how terrible it is that there are starving people. But don't do that by sharing things that just aren't true. Place the blame, and therefore the pressure, on the right elements so that it can be fixed. Hamas is responsible for the starvation. The UN, who won't work with Israel to get the aid that people need, they are responsible. The world is pressuring the wrong people, ensuring that this won't be fixed. For the High Holy Days, we have to tend to our own souls and to our own impact on the world around us. Spreading falsehoods is breaking the world, not fixing it. Truth and seeking truth is a deep part of our own spiritual journey. I hope that this is a year of truth, of honesty, and of the honorable dialogue that ensues from pursuing the truth. Shabbat Shalom, and I'm wishing you a Shana Tova.